As soon as you see Dr. X trying to sell you whatever, it's a fake. That's it, that's all.
We reached out to Dr. Francois Marquis, the Quebec doctor who was deep-faked. Now, he has some advice on what to watch out for. Dr. Marquis, so great to have you on the program.
For having me.
What went through your mind when you first saw yourself deep-faked online?
It was a shock because you never expect that. But when you actually see yourself selling like bad stuff to people and say, oh my God, it's me, and I recognize my voice, but it's not me. So it's a real shock. It's really a real shock.
Yeah, how did that make you feel?
Really, really bad. At first, you're shocked because it's like they stole something from me, and then quickly after that, it's like, oh my God, some people will take drugs that they think it's supposed to be good for them, and they're using me to steal people's money. But for me, it's on another level. It's like they're stealing their health. They're trying maybe to poison them. I have no idea, and it's more than stealing money. It's like it's a breach of trust. So you move from being like surprised to being shocked and then being extremely frustrated and afraid of all the consequences for the people.
Yeah, because people are just seeing this visual of you, thinking it's you. And so, if
Absolutely.
someone's just scrolling past, they're like, oh, there's Dr. Marquis, but then, there's something bad in it. I'm curious about the claims, because I saw different videos of you. Were the claims the same? Were they different?
No, actually, I'm a much better doctor on those deep fakes because I can actually cure absolutely everything. And so it goes, it's always the same thing. It's a common disease that will not probably kill you, but will have a strong effect on your quality of life. So it's like arthrosis, bone pain, muscular pain, and obviously everything that is related to cardiac health because people are, naturally afraid of cardiac issues like heart attacks and diabetes. So this is where they want to go. They want to touch as many individuals as possible. So they're not going to pick up a rare disease.
And was there anything dangerous they were trying to sell, doctor?
Well, yes, because they're selling a medication and you have no idea what's inside the pill, what it's going to do to your body. There has been no analysis, and they're basically selling that, through me saying like, "Oh, trust the doctor. It's really good medication." And I can tell you, the people they trust those ads because I'm receiving tons of calls, people double checking. You know what I mean? Oh, I already ordered them, but I just want to make sure if it's good for me. So at least some people are double checking, which is great. But for everyone double checking, how many people just take the pill?
Wow, it's so scary. It's so scary to even hear you talk about because I'm thinking, any of us could be online, doctor. What worries you the most when you think about people seeing these deepfakes online?
What's really troubling is that they are targeting people that are maybe not really good with French or English as a language. Because anyone who knows me very well will say, "Oh, there's something different about the way that person is speaking." But they are really targeting people that are more visual than the listeners, and they are selling hope, and at the same time building also not only on the doctor, but there's always someone very well known, like a star or someone, a singer or a dancer or, anyone that people will relate to and they love that person because they saw them. And this is this conjunction between like this very well known person and a doctor that they trust. And boom, those two things together, it makes sell a lot of stuff.
Yes, and we know across Canada, right, there's a doctor shortage. We have, 1 in 6 Canadians that don't have a doctor. And so people are
Mm-hmm.
looking online, trying to find some of that health advice. Doctor, do you feel like now you have to build back trust in some way, even though it wasn't your fault, but in some way you have to build back trust with patients?
Yes, and I have to tell them because some of them are calling me and they say, "Well, how do you let that happen?" Well, you know what? I'm not letting that happen. So you have to fight. You have to fight back. You have to each and every opportunity that you have to tell this is a fraud and to teach people. There's something very, very easy to remember. As soon as you see Dr. X trying to sell you whatever, it's a fake. That's it. That's all. It is so easy, but we have to repeat it, especially with drugs.
Such a good piece of advice for our viewers out there. I understand that a patient actually came to your hospital. They asked for a refund.
Yeah, actually, it happened once. Um, I got a lot of phone calls. I had 2 or 3 people actually showing up in the hospital, or when they're walking down a corridor, they see me and said, "Oh, I ordered your drugs," and said, "Well, no, 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 that's a fake. Don't do that."
Wow.
But one of them actually came in straight into the ICU to complain, wanted his money back because he never received the drug, and it was like $400. So it's not like $25. It's like a lot of money. And he said, "I'm not leaving until you're paying my money back and everything." And I had to told him that, it was a deep fake and everything. So he was really, really angry.
What's your message, doctor, to patients out there?
uh, if it's coming from, social media, it's probably false.
Mm.
you know any kind of medical advice, this is not the spot for medical advices. And especially remember, a physician cannot sell you directly a drug. We're not allowed to do publicity on drugs. So if you see that, you just stop listening and tell everyone that it's pretty much all the time deepfakes.
Very important information for us. Dr. Marquis, great to have you on the show today.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.